You've had a few days to train. How have you viewed the United result in the, I suppose, in the cold light of day as to where you are and how the performance has influenced this week's preparations, sort of lessons learned or the like?
Yeah, it was a tough game. The first half, I don't quite think we were at the races. I think second half changed the formation, did a lot better. And I think the way we ended the game against United, we certainly need to build on that going into the Chelsea game. But I think, credit to United, very strong side, really strong depth. We're still lacking a little bit in depth with the injuries that we've got, but come Sunday again, we'll give it a good go.
In a way, does it help that you've got another top side the following week, in a way? Similar preparation, similar mindset.
Yeah, but it still makes it very tough. We recognise the ability of Chelsea and the depth and the quality they have and all of those things. I think we've just got to take care of ourselves. We know it's going to be tough, but we've got to be prepared for that fight, which I think in the first half against Man United, that passion and desire that we generally showed just wasn't there. But we showed it in the second half, so I'm hoping we carry that through to the Chelsea game.
As we speak, of course, that they will play in the Champions League this week. Might that help you? 2 games, big games for them in 4 days, can't be easy.
Yeah, I just think they've got, I think 23, 24 squad, big squad, with their big players, all the players. So I think if they use all the players for the Champions League, they'll still have fresh players of a very high quality to play again on Sunday. But it is what it is. We know that. We've just got to start thinking about how we perform, what our attitude is going into the game, and leave everything out there. And I think, historically, when we've done that before against Chelsea, we've been really hard to beat. We had good desire, good intent, and we just need to show that again on Sunday.
Well, exactly that. You've had great results against Chelsea, and particularly at Crawley, haven't you?
Yeah.
There's a precedent.
Yeah, but sorry, I'm so sorry, but that was before. We've got to deal with what's ahead of us on Sunday. I mean, it's great. I think we hold that and go. We've had really spirited performances. But that was before. We've got to execute on Sunday and be up for the task.
And you as a coaching staff and the squad are having to dig deep. You've got players missing. You mentioned 2 or 3 that are close to coming back now. Is it taking a lot out of them to try and cope at the moment, or are you very happy in that sense? It was, putting it all in context, how well they are playing despite having players out and so on.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing well, but it is quite demanding, especially when there's international break in between and you've got a small squad. You can't rotate as you would like, or you can't perhaps bring players off as early as you would want to. So that has been a little bit challenging, but we know it is what it is, and we just got to get on with it.
Can I ask us how Elizabeth Turles coping? Not scored yet. She's getting very close to, isn't she? You had to put an arm around her, a Norwegian international, or... does she need reassurance, or do you think?
No, I don't think so. She's a very confident girl. She, she processes quite well. She analyses the game. I spoke to her yesterday. She's enjoying it. I think she's learning. But yeah, I think it will come. I mean, she's a very good footballer. I think it will come.
Finally, if I may, just one more for me. Many of the others will want to build on this one, but just the Arsenal win this week, quote, shifts the whole balance of the women's game, beating the defending champions, in the Champions League. Do you feel that was a seismic result, and it's making a statement across the game?
Well, for them, certainly it was a seismic result. I'm not sure that anybody would have expected the margins to be so big either way. Absolute credit to Arsenal. I didn't actually watch the game. But when I saw the result, I was like, wow, I wish I had watched the game. But congratulations to them. I think they've just proved their worth. And I guess it's, how they build on it from here.
Hope, thank you. Good luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi, Hope. I'm just on the Arsenal result last night. I mean, what do you think it says about the WSL that they can pull out a result like that against the European champions?
I think it says something about Arsenal, doesn't it? The work they've obviously put in, the players I wish I'd, like I said, I didn't actually watch the game, but the 5-1, I think it speaks for itself. Credit to Arsenal. Does the WSL take some credit for that? Sure, they play in the WSL every week. But at the end of the day, they're in an Arsenal shirt, and, you know, credit must go to Arsenal first and foremost.
Obviously, 2 heavy beatings so far. What do you want to see better against Chelsea on Sunday?
Heavy beatings? Heavy beatings? I'm not sure I like that term, heavy beatings. I think we played against 2 top sides so far. I think we're playing against another top side on Sunday. I think for us it's you know, the attitude, effort. We need to see more of that. We need to see more of what we saw certainly against Arsenal when we went a player down. I was really proud of the players, even though we got beaten. Second half against Man City, we were much better. So if we combine the second half of Man City, the attitude against Arsenal, the desire to win the game against Reading, you give yourself a chance, don't you? And that's all we can ask. Sure.
And what about Chelsea without Emma Hayes? But apparently with Emma Hayes in the ear of Denise Reddy, still seems like she's there, you know, with a big say in what's happening on the pitch.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think through COVID times, a lot of managers had to do that. So I'm not surprised that Emma is on the end of a phone. You know, I'd do the same. I did the same in COVID. I think most managers did that. But, you know, they've got top quality players. Their support staff are top quality. So I guess for them, they'll just go into the game business as usual.
Just one last one, if I may, about the FA Football Leadership Diversity Code. Les Ferdinand's been saying it's not working. Do you think it is?
To be honest, I haven't read did that come out today?
I think that was yesterday.
Okay. I don't know. It depends what your measurements are. I don't know. I think, is there a lack of people of colour, if you like, that are leaders in the game? There is definitely a lack. Does it translate from, certainly in the Premier League, does it translate from on the pitch to off the pitch? No, it doesn't. Is there work still to be done? Absolutely. I think we're a long way away from where we think, as in people of colour think it needs to be, given the amount of, certainly in the men's game, the amount of black players that are playing in the Premier League. It doesn't quite translate into those leadership roles.
And what more would you like to see done for more diversity in the women's game?
I think creating opportunities. I think certainly, you know, and it's been spoken about during the summer, the lack of diversity on the pitch. I think the work needs to be done to ensure that the game, football, is accessible to everybody, and clearly it doesn't seem to be that way. But, you know, I know that's something that the FA have looked at with the emerging talent centres. And I guess we can be judge and jury when those centres are in place, and over a course of time we'll look at it again and see whether it's worked or it hasn't worked.